Now, I'm going to show you the skill level of each opponent in each sport. In boxing, some opponents don't appear. Uh, let's see. All right. First is John. She is the first to appear in tennis as a non-pro. Bayonetta appears as a pro. Peach is the champion of tennis. Zelda appears. She is the first to sometimes appear as a pro. Amy is a high pro at tennis. Wave is a pro at tennis. Captain Falcon, he is the first to appear as a pro. Blood Falcon appears as a non-pro. Ganondorf. Oh, my fault. Ganondorf appears as a non-pro. Link appears in non-pro. Wolf appears as a non-pro. Luigi appears as a pro at tennis. Mario also appears as a pro at tennis. Wario appears as a non-pro. Waluigi also appears as a non-pro. Shulk appears as a pro. Cloud appears as a non-pro. Byleth appears as a pro. Chrom appears as a pro. Goron appears as a pro. Lucina appears as a pro. Roy appears as a non-pro. Robin appears as a non-pro. Ike appears as a pro. Marth also appears as a pro. Sheik appears as a pro. Non-pro. Toon Link appears as a non-pro, but he has great skill. Young Link appears as a non-pro. Damebo is the last player to never be a pro at tennis. Inkling appears as a pro. Falco appears as a pro, but has good skill. Pauline appears as a non-pro. This is her first time playing tennis since Mario Tennis Aces. Lucas appears as a skill level beginner. Oh, hold on. Ness appears as a pro. Pitt appears as a non-pro, but has great skill. Dark Pit appears as a pro. Bowser Jr. appears as a first opponent beginner. Bowser appears as a non-pro, but he has great skill, better than his son. Bowser Jr. Diddy Kong appears as a high pro. Donkey Kong also appears as a pro. Birdo appears as a pro as well. Yoshi appears as a pro. Rosalina appears as a skill level beginner. And this is her first time playing tennis since Mario Tennis Ultra Smash. Daisy appears as a non-pro. Fox appears as a non-pro. Pyra appears as a pro. Mithra also appears as a pro. Tails appears as a first opponent beginner. Sonic appears as a non-pro. Dr. Eggman appears as a non-pro. Silver appears as a non-pro. Jet appears as a non-pro. Vector appears as a non-pro, but has great skill. Espio appears as a non-pro, also has good skill. Blaze appears as a non-pro, but has good skill. Knuckles appears as a non-pro. Cream appears as a non-pro. Rouge appears as a non-pro. Metal Sonic appears as a non-pro, and Shadow also appears as a non-pro. That's the tennis opponents from worst to best. I'll see you at the next sport. Now, baseball. John has great skill in baseball. Same thing with Bayonetta. Peach is usually a pro at baseball. Zelda's okay in baseball. Amy, she's terrible at baseball. Wave is not good at baseball. Captain Falcon is not good at baseball. Blood Falcon is also not good at baseball. Ganondorf is pretty good at baseball. Link is not good at baseball. Wolf isn't good at baseball. Luigi is usually a pro at baseball. Mario is also usually a pro at baseball. Wario is a pro at baseball, while Luigi is also a pro at baseball. Shulk is very great at baseball. Cloud is good at baseball. Violet is also good at baseball. Chrom is very good at baseball. Corrin is also very good at baseball. Lucina is good at baseball. Roy is also good at baseball. Robin is good at baseball. Ike is good at baseball. Martha's also good at baseball. Sheik is pretty good at baseball. Toon Link is okay in baseball. Oh, my bad. Young Link is okay at baseball. Danebo is the champion of baseball. Inkling is sometimes a pro at baseball. Falco is not very good at baseball. Pauline is the second best baseball player. Lucas is sometimes a pro at baseball. Ness is also sometimes a pro at baseball. Pitt is the first player to sometimes appear as a pro in baseball. Dark Pit is the second player to sometimes appear as a pro in baseball. Bowser Jr. Hold on. Bowser Jr. is the third best baseball player. Bowser is the fourth best baseball player in pro class. Diddy Kong is the fifth best baseball player in pro class. Donkey Kong is the sixth best baseball player in pro class. Birdo is a pro at baseball. Yoshi is a pro at baseball. Rosalina is way better in baseball, and she's usually a pro. Daisy is significantly better in baseball, and she's usually in pro class. Fox is not very good at baseball. Pyra is the last player to never be a pro in baseball. Pyra? Mithra is very great at baseball. She is not in pro class. Tails is terrible at baseball. Sonic is the beginner at baseball. Dr. Eggman is terrible at baseball. Silver is also terrible at baseball. Jet is also terrible at baseball. Vector is also terrible at baseball. SPO is also terrible at baseball. Blaze is also bad at baseball. Knuckles is terrible at baseball. Cream is terrible at baseball. Rouge is also bad at baseball. Metal Sonic is very bad at baseball. And Shadow is terrible at baseball. And that's players from worst to best at baseball. I'll get to boxing. I'll see you at boxing. Alright. Now boxing. John from Bayonetta doesn't appear in boxing. Bayonetta appears in boxing. She's usually in pro class. Peach is terrible at boxing. Zelda has great skill at boxing. Amy is a pro at boxing, making her the fourth best player. Wave is also a pro at boxing. Captain Falcon is usually in pro class in boxing. Blood Falcon is bad at boxing. Ganondorf is mediocre in boxing. Link doesn't appear in boxing. Wolf is terrible in boxing. Luigi is in pro class in boxing. Mario is also in pro class in boxing. Wario is a pro in boxing. While Luigi is terrible in boxing. He might be skinny, but he's terrible. Shulk is the second player to sometimes appear as a pro in boxing. Cloud is a boxing beginner. Byleth does not appear in boxing. Grom is good in boxing. Corrin doesn't appear in boxing. Lucina also doesn't appear in boxing. Roy doesn't appear in boxing. Robin does not appear in boxing. Ike doesn't appear in boxing. Martha's okay in boxing. Sheik doesn't appear in boxing. Toon Link doesn't appear in boxing. Young Link doesn't appear in boxing. The three Links don't appear in boxing. Zelda's alter ego also doesn't appear. But she and Ganondorf appear. Danebo does not appear in boxing. Inkling appears as a pro in boxing. Falco is okay in boxing. Pauline doesn't appear in boxing. Lucas is great at boxing. Ness is also great at boxing. Pit doesn't appear in boxing. Dark Pit is a pro at boxing. Bowser Jr. doesn't appear in boxing. But Bowser is the champion at boxing. Diddy Kong doesn't appear in boxing. Donkey Kong is the last player to never be a pro in boxing. Birdo is the third player to sometimes appear as a pro in boxing. Yoshi is terrible at boxing. Rosalina does not appear in boxing. Daisy does not appear in boxing. Fox doesn't appear in boxing. Pyra appears as a pro in boxing. Mithra is the boxing vice champion and second best player in boxing. Tails is terrible in boxing. Sonic is the first player to sometimes appear as a pro in boxing. Dr. Eggman is the first player to appear as a pro in boxing. Silver is terrible at boxing. Jet is also terrible in boxing. Vector is very great at boxing. SPO is also great at boxing. Blaze does not appear in boxing. Knuckles is the third best player in boxing. Cream doesn't appear in boxing. Rouge is good at boxing. Metal Sonic is very terrible at boxing. And Shadow is also terrible in boxing. Yep. That's all the boxing opponents, from worst to best. Now I'm gonna talk. Now those are the guest Miis that I do not talk about. Those Miis that you can't save your records. But for me, in boxing, I went at 3,000. And my dad, I played as him and reached at 2,000. Baseball, I went over 2,000. I'm like 2,590. And my dad, and me, I played as him and got over 2,000. Tennis, and me, I'm at 2,220 something. And my dad's still at 1,000. Bowling and golf, we don't talk about that. Well, that's gonna be the video. If you want to see more of the custom opponents that I created back in the Miis channel, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to see what, if you want to see me play through all the games that I enjoy. Be sure to comment down below of what games you want to see. And don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and all that stuff. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Super Mario Gappy 701.